Seems like everyone is creating content for their businesses nowadays. From plushes to pressure washing, it looks like content marketing is the way to go, and it is here to stay. But how can you, with your limited resources and time, can also create content to attract potential customers? And of course, it has to be effective. No one's want to create a lot of content to see no results. It all boils down to two things: value and relevancy. See, think of the type of content that you are consuming online. It's probably either useful for you in any way possible, like maybe educational video or inspirational video, or it's entertaining for you. It's sure the same for me. Either way, those are content that we deem as valuable for us. Because even something as weird as, say, watching grass grows, for example, it still satisfies something in our head, or else we wouldn't take the time to even watch it, especially like watching grass grow, like what the hell. Alright, so how can you build value through your content? The first step is to actually understand what your audience finds valuable. And a quick tip here, you might have to determine first the stage that your customer is in the buying process to even have an idea of what is actually valuable for them. I think a couple weeks ago, I gave the example of if I'm selling you a t-shirt versus a car, and I mentioned that the sales process of a car is definitely longer than the t-shirt, simply because you will not just click buy when you see an ads of a car in your IG stories. It's the same idea here. If I'm selling you a t-shirt, I probably will not need to create a content on why you need a t-shirt. Like, that's pretty obvious. That's even applicable for a car. I don't need to create content on like, oh, why you need a car, right? You get that handled already. But what if I'm selling you a water filter? Or maybe data security? Then I probably can create content on why you might need those. And through those videos, you will actually find value in understanding the product first. Because before that, you haven't realized that it's actually a problem if you don't have a robust internet security, let's say, or even I can sell you on why is it a problem if you don't have a water filter at your home. Like the saying that usually people associate Apple with, they create a problem and then they sell you the solutions. It's low-key kind of a similar idea here. So now that you figure out who is your target audience, aka your ideal customer persona, as well as the buying stage that they are in, what are some of the contents that you can create? The first one is how-to videos. This is perhaps the most obvious. It is also the most searchable. The problem with this is that because it's usually quite common on like what people are searching for, a lot of people, especially your competitors, have probably created content on this subject too. So it may be a bit difficult for you and your content to be ranked on the SEO, aka being able to be searched and be discovered randomly, which means that when people click, let's say, car, let's say a Tesla Model 3, something like that. But because this is how to, let's say, how do I install a water filter? The first content or even the first page that show up on Google or maybe on YouTube is probably not one of your videos. The trick here is that you definitely need to add something that make it more specific so that people who are searching for that can actually find that. Or maybe you just have to discuss something that people don't really discuss about. Maybe it's not as surface level or maybe it's a bit more advanced. Both of these can be good, but the catch with these is that because people are not actively searching for it, means that a lot of people are not even aware of it, so that you probably still get less engagement. The second one is case studies and success stories. Now, this one is useful if people actually already discovering you, because your job now is just to convince them and to prove them that you are actually legit. But this is a bit problematic if you haven't built yourself up yet. So if you're someone new in the industry, maybe you're a financial advisor, you're a personal trainer, or maybe you're someone who wanna create an Instagram account, or maybe like run an agency, but you don't have any clients yet, this is where probably you actually need to get your foot in the door before you can even post these kind of things. Because it is important for you to not fake this type of videos or this type of testimonials type of videos, because you actually do need to believe in these things, because if not, people can actually look through you that you're actually faking this. Now the third one is relatable content. Now this type of content usually already reaching a bit on the entertainment side of things, just because the stuff that is relatable usually is not how-to type, right? But here is where we get to the second part of content marketing, which is relevancy and relatability. The reason that content that is not only relevant but also relatable to our audience or to you work is that because people want to feel included. For example, content creation is freaking confusing and exhausting, right? And when you find something or someone that can relate to your stories or experiences, you will open up more and you will subconsciously invest more. Usually it starts with into that person first, so you will watch their content, you will maybe like them more, not necessarily buy their stuff, but at least that will be the first stage. Now this is because on the surface, like that example, you will feel like that I actually someone who understand and know your worries. And later down the road, you are more likely to trust that whatever it is that I'm offering to you, I have your best interest in mind and I actually understand what's going on, which means that whatever it is that I'm offering will more likely to work for you. Because again, I already know you and I know what you're going through, so of course, logically, I know. So that's the absolute foundation of content marketing for small businesses. It's all about value and relevancy in the eyes of your audience. And of course, it will help if it relates with them more. Next week, I'm going to cover how you can automate some of these marketing processes so that you don't have to waste a lot of time on mundane type of stuff. So make sure that you subscribe now so that you won't miss that. And all you need to do is that you will have to set up a trigger that are based on customers' action, such as website visits or completed purchase.